Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to our 22nd Town Hall. It's going to be an amazing one today. We have a lot here joining us. He's off-site. He didn't want to miss a Town Hall that he decided to come and join in. But at the end of the day, this just showcases the beautiful power of Evmux, him being able to go ahead and log in from any device, from any location, and still be able to be the remote producer of the Town Hall today. So, Alad, why don't you let us know kind of, what's going on? What's going on in your world right now that, you're just out and about?
Yeah. So look at me. I'm in Las Vegas now in an event, and I couldn't allow myself to miss a Town Hall. So I just went to the room to take it in a quiet, as much as possible in Vegas. There is music outside. I don't know if you hear that.
No, you can't hear it.
Quiet environment. I hope that also my sound quality and things like that are decent. It's not, my regular setup at home with all the the nice mic and nice camera and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, I'm here, I'm connected, I'm producing the show from an hotel in Las Vegas with
Right.
not the best internet connection, I can tell you. So sorry again if I will have hiccups here and there. But yeah, I'm here. So
Yeah.
it's
We're here.
amazing. I don't need
And
a crazy internet. I don't need crazy computer. I could just connect it with my laptop and producing this town hall. So
yeah, and I think that's the beauty of it, of being able to be mobile like that, not be restricted to having everything saved on your computer at home, but being able to just log in and, like I said, grab on any computer that has internet and a browser access, and then you can log in and access all of our scenes. So really, really excited for that. Of course, we have plenty of people coming in to the chat, familiar and new faces, which is always positive. I always want to say those two things together, familiar and new, always. So that's always great. We have Grandma Joe that's here, the Rambling Vloggers here. It's Tihano time. We're here. Sorry if I said that incorrectly. Wolfgang is here. Raj is here. So excited for everyone who's here. If it's your first time here, just to give you a quick little rundown of how we do the town halls, we like to first just have a little conversation, talk about how the week's been, how things are going. Then we like to focus on the topic, which today's topic is combining live and pre-recorded videos, which is something that we at Evmux love to do. So, and then we'll dive into a pre-recorded video where we'll show you a demo of what it is that we're talking about. And then we get to dive into our favorite part, which is answering questions, whether that be on the topic today or anything related to Evmux that we can go ahead and help you on, to be able to help you create content easier, faster, and help you dominate Evmux platform as you should. So with that, Alad, why don't we talk a little bit about, why we go ahead and utilize pre-recorded videos to be able to go ahead and incorporate them in our live streams?
So pre-record, I think that Anthony just refreshed because he was stuck a little bit. He will be back. Anyways, I think that pre-recorded video combined with live streaming, I think this is the best practice, because it depends what you do, right? If you do a podcast, you don't need that, but for some sort of things like we do, events and things like that, and even podcasts, having an opening video, it is a pre-recorded video. Okay, like think about it. Even the timer, the countdown that we have to begin with, it's a pre-recorded video combined with the live portion that now we're talking live. Okay, we decided to take it to the next level and also involve a demo kind of tutorial video that we prepare ahead of time. And the benefit of prepare some things ahead of time, you can polish them, right? You know exactly what you get when you really want to focus on something and be able to showcase things easily in a nicer way. Then pre-recorded is a good tool for that. Involve that in a live component is amazing, because then we can play that and then we can discuss and answer questions, right? I think it's, at the end of the day, live wins because of the engagement. Because if you just play something like a VOD in Netflix, that's nice, right? But it's not getting people engaged, connected to you. That's why always this let's say tension between podcasting and live stream, right? People talk about that because podcasting usually was like audio only, but let's think, it evolves to video. And now people talk about, should it be pre-recorded or should it be live? I think it has to be live to begin with, and then it's there as a pre-recorded kind of VOD. Because the engagement you get with people, you cannot compare with that. We see it in the town hall. We have so much fun, and we get so much experience, so much knowledge from people chatting with us, being able to showcase things. You cannot get this with pre-recorded only. But involving pre-recorded part of the show, I think it's super, super important and a great capability we have in Evmux.
Yeah. And it's just flexible, like you said, giving the people the ability to make it easier to demonstrate. Like, for example, the reason why we like to utilize a pre-recorded video is sometimes when we share our screen, things can look a little bit smaller. It's a little bit harder to zoom in to get a better look on the live experience, where if we could create a tutorial where I dive deep into that feature and I can show you close up, step by step, how to do that, then we can go ahead and dive into the questions, share our screen and say, hey, I didn't understand that part of that video. Can you break it down for us? And now we can dive deeper into that feature. So with that being said, I think it's a great opportunity to go ahead and introduce the video today of showcasing how you can actually go ahead and schedule a pre-recorded video to be able to push that live, whether you just want that pre-recorded video to go live by itself, or you want to do what we do, which is a combination of live and pre-recorded. So we can go ahead and show that now.
Yeah, enjoy the video. Perfect. And as always, push questions to the chat and we'll take them right after this.
Perfect.
Enjoy.
Combining live and pre-recorded videos is something we here at Evmux love to do. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can schedule a pre-recorded video inside of Evmux that you can go ahead and play on a live stream. Let's go ahead and jump into my Evmux account so I can show you just how easy this really is. So once you go ahead and get logged into your Evmux account, you're going to be brought here to the dashboard. You're going to want to select sessions, and then you go ahead and select the session you've already created where you want to go ahead and schedule your pre-recorded video, or you can select add new session, and then you simply want to put in the title, the description, hit save, and that's going to go ahead and bring you over to the live studio editor where we're going to be able to go ahead and schedule the pre-recorded video. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize the Townhall for this example. I'm going to select studio. That's going to bring me here to the editor, and then once you're here, you're going to want to make sure you're on the pro scenes section so you can be able to go ahead and add a video, customize it, and be able to go ahead and schedule it. So here on the left hand side under pro scenes, I'm going to go ahead and select add new scene. I'm going to select empty scene, and then I'm going to select create. This is going to go ahead and give me a clean canvas, and then what I want to do is I want to select add new layer. I'm going to scroll down to where it says media files, and then I'm going to select upload new. It's going to go ahead and prop up my computer files, allowing me to source the video that I want to go ahead and upload. Once you've found one, select it, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure you don't close Evmux while the video is uploading until it's 100% complete. And once it's done, you can then select the video. It's going to go ahead and add it to the scene, and then what we want to do is you want to click this little bullseye called dimensions, and you want to select stretch to canvas. This is going to make the video full screen so that it's a better experience when you go live. Now what you want to do is you want to click on the video, you're going to select the style and effect, the little magic wand, and now you have an option here to be able to go ahead and loop the video if you want, or if you uncheck that, you're going to see a new option appear called auto switch. And what auto switch allows you to do is that once the video is complete, you're able to go ahead and switch over to any scene that you've created ahead of time. For us inside of the Townhall, we always like to send us back to the main talking window. Now when you create the auto switch inside of the editor, you're not going to see the effect until you actually go live. So if you're trying to see while you're testing to see if the auto switch is going to work, even though you have it selected, it's not going to work inside of the editor until you press go live. So keep that in mind, that even though you set it inside of here, until you go live, the effect of auto switching doesn't occur. So now that I have the video that I want to be able to showcase while I'm live, now I need to go ahead and select where I want to go ahead and live stream this video to. So we're going to come to where it says broadcast channels. You're going to select add new destination. You can select Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, or custom RTMP destination. For this example, I'm going to go ahead and utilize YouTube since I already have it added. So I'm just going to go ahead and toggle it on. And when you add YouTube, you just want to add your title, add your description, and decide what kind of privacy you want.
Meeting with them first and then another meeting.
Perfect. So one of the biggest things that we can learn from that, and me and Alaa were just talking backstage about other ways that we can kind of incorporate, pre-recorded videos into our live stream. So I'm really, really excited about that. But I see a lot of questions coming in.
We talked that much in backstage that they didn't pay attention that we're live again.
No worries.
Good there, that we are not cursing in the backstage. We're just
right. Yeah, exactly. Right? All good. So we have several questions, and if you have any other questions, feel free to kind of bring them in. This is the opportunity for you to get anything addressed, any ideas you may have, any questions or concerns that you may have been encountering. So I'll definitely go ahead and start here at the top. It says here, it says from its time, it says, how do we delete or clear out previous guests, and how do we delete previous recordings within a session? Thanks for the help in advance. Do you want to address that?
Yeah, basically, okay, so like that. Guests, you cannot really delete them because basically you share the URL. When you are adding a guest, you just share the generic URL All right. So the way to kind of delete them, it's not delete them, it's delete the session, right? Basically, and use another session. So the URL created for them will basically lead them to nothing. Okay. So that's about guests. About speakers, you can simply delete the speaker from the speakers list within your dashboard, pretty easy. And recordings, kind of same idea. You go, the recordings in Evmux, just for everyone to make sure we are on the same page. You go to the dashboard, to the session level, and then for every session in the sessions list, you have the recording button, because in Evmux, you can have multiple sessions within a project. So here, that way, per session, you have its own recording. And if it's a session like ours that we are reusing again and again, you see the recording sorted by date. It's very easy to navigate that way. Then from there, you are able to delete if you want.
So handle this delete speakers and sessions in there. Okay, it says we got here in the related or stuff. If you check out Potato Jet's latest video, it's sponsored by Canva. There's a free trial link in the description for a pro version. Okay, so that's not really a question. Then we have here from Grandma Joe. Says, question: I will be having a guest on that shows how to draw, but it has music. Can I use this feature to add his 3-minute video, remove the sound on his video, and then allow him to talk through it? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. This is pretty advanced, and that's a great question.
Pretty advanced. I love that one. Yeah.
It will be hard for me to share screen from here. I'm sorry, because I'm just afraid that the internet is not that strong, and also my computer, I don't have my screen, so it's too much for me to share screen. But I'll try to explain. So with the process in Evmux, think about it. You can do layers, right? So we can have, in this case, that the top layer will be the video of this guest that you have. Okay. Then in Evmux, remember sorry,
I think it's breaking up. We're getting a lot of buffering. Hold on. Take a look here. I think you should. I think
I'm talking. Maybe I'll refresh.
I think you're good. Yeah, go ahead. Try to refresh.
Okay, let me try to refresh. Sorry, I told you I'm in an hotel.
No worries. So pretty much when it comes to Grandma Joe, to be able to kind of do what it is that you want to accomplish, the quick answer is yes. Right.
I'm back.
There you go. Now you're back. There you go. Perfect.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So I'll try to answer again from the beginning. Grandma Joe, you asked about, basically to recap, you asked about how do I have a video, mute the video, and put a person or a few people walking on top of the video without being visible. All right. So if you remember, we also do that when we have our share screen a lot of times, and then Anthony and I are talking, but we're not visible. The way to achieve these kind of things is using ProScenes, obviously. With ProScenes, you can have multiple layers, and you decide what is on top of what, right? So in this case, we can take the video of your guest, you upload it, and you put this layer on the top, okay? On top of that, you click on this video in the editor, and then you have this toolbar pops up, right? In this toolbar, you have the magic stick. Click on that, and you see different options, the auto switch, the looping, cutting, so many different options. One of the options is the volume of the video. So you can mute the video, okay? That way, when you play the video, it will be muted. Then what you can do is add layers of speakers. Right? We limit you to 12. So you have 12 people on the stage. You look at the layers at the bottom. These is one position. Those people can talk, and the video is playing, hovering the screen. I hope that's you can play on that layer. Gives you flexibility. That I think that was perfect. It's just biggest thing, Grandma Joe, is just layering. Make sure you have the video on top of your guest's video, and then everything else should be totally fine with volume. Let's see. It looks like we're getting a little more of a breakup. No worries there. Yeah.
So pretty much that's kind of how you really appreciate breaking that down. You see here one of the biggest things. See the internet, of course, is going to be something that's super important when it comes to even running the live stream. But once again, Anthony, please recap as a lot is breaking up again and again. The mute from the forward cannot hear him. Okay, so perfect. So go ahead and accomplish having a video playing on mute while your guest's talking over that video. What you would want to do is you would want to create a pro scene. You would then want to go ahead and add the speaker first, add your guest or your speaker to the scene first. And then from there, add the video and make sure the video is above the speaker in the layers, right? So the layers will look like this. It will be video, speaker, okay? Then when you click the video, there's going to be a little toolbar that comes up above. You're going to hit the little magic wand, and then in that drop down, it's going to say volume. You're going to take the volume all the way down to 0. That's going to mute the video, and now your scene is ready to go. So now when you play that scene on your live stream, the video is going to play, and then the speaker is going to be able to speak over the video with no issues at all. So I hope that is also helping you there as well. So let's take a look here. Having a lot of issues.
I think your internet is not amazing as well.
Let me see. Is that am I breaking up as well?
Okay, no, she said it's good now. We'll see.
All right,
we'll keep going and let us know in the chat. Not much.
Yeah, no worries at all. So it says, a question from Domino, and apologize again for the latency and the breaking up there. So we said Domino Entertainment says, good morning. Question: can we combine Evmux with mobile? Now, as far as mobile, you are able to go ahead and join in to be able to utilize Evmux as a speaker utilizing your mobile device. Now, if you're saying to be able to run a production within a mobile device, a lot, if you want to address that, can you utilize your mobile device to be a remote producer?
Yeah, not recommended at all. I think it's too much. If for some reason you would like to use your mobile as a speaker, I would use some computer to be a remote producer, basically behind the scenes. But definitely for now, at least, I recommend you to use computers, laptops, MacBooks, whatever supports browser to run Chromebook, to run Evmux as a producer. And then your phone, if the camera is very good and you prefer the phone camera to be a speaker, you definitely can do that.
Perfect. So then we have another question here. It says, how would I get a guest that wants to do from a FaceTime on a phone on Evmux? So pretty much what you would want to do to be able to bring a guest that wants to do a FaceTime on an iPhone is that you would send them that link as an invite guest. So you can either go ahead and email it to them, you can go ahead and text it to them, and then once they click that link, it's going to go ahead and automatically pop up on their phone, and then they'll be able to go ahead and put in their name. It's going to ask for permission to be able to use their camera, use their microphone, and then they'll be brought into the speaker room where you can have a Zoom-like conversation, or you can bring them on a live stream and they can use their mobile phone to be their camera and their microphone. And of course, if you're on Wi-Fi, being on Wi-Fi is better than being on a 5G or just a cellular network. It's always going to be best to be on a Wi-Fi for them to get the best kind of experience as being a speaker that way. So I hope that also,
I think it's a good opportunity to talk a little bit about internet connection.
Correct. Sure. Let's do it.
With 5Gs today, in a lot of places, you will have amazing internet using your mobile device, and you can talk freely in Zoom calls, Evmux calls, whatever you call it. But if the internet is not stable, of course it affects the live stream, and it can come in different variations. It can be like you saw now that we are kind of in low frames. It can be that our audio will become robotic. It can be different things. Okay. That's part of the game, I think, right? It's not much you can do. If it can happen also at home, that the internet is 1 gigabit and everything, and then the internet is just not stable. It can happen. We also saw people sometimes that they weren't aware of that. I'll give you an example. my kid, he's watching Cocomelon in the living room, and I'm doing a meeting, and then my internet, it's not that it's not stable, it's just too much to the internet. Okay,
Right.
so if you do things like live streaming and something pretty important that you must have, like the very stable internet connection you can, make sure as much as you can that no one is using other consuming things with your internet.
Right.
Kids can be playing games or watching TV, or your wife or your husband or whatever. Try to ask them gently not to do that for the next hour, so you will be able
Right.
to make sure you are very, very stable. um, but at the end of the day, I think it is what it is, and this is part of it, and people kind of
Yeah.
understanding that it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everyone tries to eliminate that, and having a web-based platform is part of it, because if my internet is slow, it doesn't mean that the stream is slow.
Right.
Think about it. If I'm streaming from here and I have internet issues, the whole stream will go down if I'm not using a web-based platform.
Right.
So we're just seeing live how important this is to have it web-based, because worst case, I'm refreshing, or worst case, Anthony will take it on his own.
Right.
Worst case, if I'm cutting off,
Right.
but the stream won't go away.
And I think that's the beautiful aspect of it there. Crazy Red, thank you so much for tuning in, man. Happy Thursday. Great speaking with you yesterday. Student of the Word has a question here. It says, how do I set up an external mic? I have a wireless microphone. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So basically, first of all, you have to connect it to your computer. Okay, make sure that it is connected. And then within Evmux, both for speakers and producers, you have the settings button that if you click on it or if you hover it, you see that it's cam/mic. And basically, this is where you can configure which camera or mic you want to use, because if in your computer you have also multiple cameras, like the built-in and then external, same thing for mics, you have multiple mics. This is where you decide which mic you would like to use. With that said, there are also external devices like ADEM and things like that, right, Anthony? That using them, you can connect them to the computer as one device that Evmux
Right.
recognize, but then you use this device with clicks to switch between devices. It's very good for multi-camera. It's a bit more for professionals, but just mentioning that this is also something that a lot of people are using.
Yeah, and it's the same way for even utilizing NDI cameras as well. It's the same scenario. It's still going to get picked up inside of Evmux as long as you have it connected to the computer or integrated into the computer. It can be picked up as an input on Evmux there as well. Then we have a question from It's Time. It says, can we change the settings to do record at 30 FPS or to 60 FPS, or to be able to swap between the FPS when you're recording?
Just a second, I see the question.
No worries.
It's hard for me with all the music outside and everything.
No worries.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so can we change the settings? So the short answer is no, you can't for now. I think we support 30 FPS. We don't support 60 FPS now. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I don't know when. What I do see, again, it's my opinion, the recording quality you get in Evmux is very, very high. But yeah, we would love to hear any feedback and to improve anytime.
100%. 100%. So Domino says, just finding ways to include the game of dominoes to my live stream show. So if you're going to be utilizing it on your mobile, bringing in your mobile device as a speaker would be a great opportunity to be able to demonstrate and share your screen on the mobile to be able to bring that into Evmux. So that would be a quick solution for that.
Moreover, using that, I'm trying to understand what you're like.
So
you're
he has
playing
a game
in your mobile.
Yeah, he's playing a game on his mobile, and he wants to share it on the stream.
Okay, I think you can. Yeah. Basically, the multi-camera feature will be the best.
We'll solve that. Correct.
Yeah, because you can connect your mobile device as another camera capture or whatever with a capture card to your computer, right? And then you will be able to add it as a camera to the stream. But meanwhile, yeah, you need to do some sort of workarounds, adding this device as a guest.
Right.
But stay tuned, multi-camera is coming very soon.
Perfect. Then we have a question here from Grandma Joe. It says, "Oh, that made me think, to save Evmux space, should I copy the recordings to external hard drive so I can delete and add space back up?" So 100%, you can 100% do that. So if you're recording, you can go ahead and delete. You can download the recording, save it to your file, delete it, and you're able to do that 100%. We don't restrict you on deleting your content to be able to clear up some space. Treat it just like a Google Drive. You know, you have your X amount of limit, but then you can delete files to be able to clear up some space. It's totally fine. So that's a solution you can actually do for sure. It says, Crazy Red says, in a recent production using Evmux, I've used Zoom PodTrack P8 as my audio interface, which I connect short lapels from that, and I've used a BMD ATM Mini for multi-camera inputs and switching. Yeah, so that, like I said, it's more of a higher level production kind of output, but that's another way to be able to accomplish it with some of the limitations that are kind of in there right now with not access to multiple inputs and things of that sort. Utilizing those external devices are still going to allow you to accomplish that. And like I said, Crazy Red has extreme experience with production. So he's able to go ahead and definitely figure out solutions to accomplish what he's trying to produce. So
I just want to add to that, that I love to see, you know, it makes me really excited to see professionals utilizing Evmux, because you know, it's always the balance. We could make Evmux with more and more and more features, right? We need to find the balance to be able to, sorry, Grandma Joe, to take you as an example, but beginners like Grandma Joe and professionals like Crazy Red, and try to figure out how we make Evmux a good solution for both of them. And I'm telling you, it is very challenging, and it makes me super excited to see Grandma Joe and Crazy Red as examples, you know, for personas using Evmux and getting the best out of it. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I think there's always even a balance too, where it's like you said, having the availability for someone who is brand new coming into Evmux to not feel so intimidated by, you know, all the, you know, things that you can do, especially when it comes to like pro scenes. That's the first time you've experienced something where you can create scenes ahead of time, customize, resize, make adjustments. It can be a little bit intimidating to know what to actually do with that. But just like I said, when Grandma Joe first started, you know, it was like that. It was very intimidating, but with a few kind of adjustments, with a few calls, getting together, looking at some tutorial videos, you know, I'm pretty impressed with how she can navigate. And just like I said, but seeing a professional come in and saying like, hey, this is a tool that I need now, how can I create this into my workflow and what things are missing? I think those are where the balance comes in. A beginner lets us know what's too complicated for somebody brand new, and a professional comes in and lets us know what's missing to improve the workflow to get somebody to that point. So I think that it's a huge balance, like you said, but it is a challenge to accomplish 100%.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. Like it's I love it that we talk to different personas. It's amazing to hear people and hear the ideas, and that's maybe a good opportunity to ask you to come again and, you know, come to the Facebook group, talk to us.
100%.
We want to listen, we want to learn from you. You know a lot, you've been through a lot, you've seen different platforms, you know what you need, and we are here to please you at the end of the day. Of course, we need to do prioritization, so we're really sorry if sometimes we cannot, you know, implement things very quickly, but I'm telling you that we're working days and nights to do that as quick as possible.
100%. And then the Rambling Vlogger says, I just wanted to say thank you. I did my first ever live stream last night. Loved it. After the nerves settled, completely understand. No viewers watched, which helped. I rambled about the new Roadcaster. Keep up the great work. I think getting that first live stream out the way is super important. And then you start getting into the flow. I think when we first launched our town hall, it was that way. It's like, okay, hey, you know, we may not have nobody show up. It's just going to be us talking. But at the end of the day, we're just going to go ahead and go through the flow, because remember, it's not just about the live viewing experience as well, but also the replay viewers, right? Especially if you're streaming to YouTube, you may only have maybe, you know, a handful of people come to your live stream, but after the live stream is done, YouTube is going to continue to push that. And you got to think about the replay people that are going to see that live stream as well. So don't discount it. If people are not there, great. Have your run of show, create your content, and then know that there's going to be way more people that are going to enjoy it in the replay.
Yeah,
And then we see
and
that
let us
constantly
know.
happening.
And let us
Right.
know in the support chat. We would love
Yeah.
to watch. First of
Right.
all, to say hi, and second of all, I think we
Right.
can learn and see how it worked for you. It's always nice. So for all of you, when you're streaming and you would love us to to join to the show and take a
Right.
look,
Yeah.
the chat bubble is a very nice place to let us know that, hey, I'm going live now. If you want to join us and
Right.
watch, we would love to join when we can, of course.
Correct. And it helps. It helps us to be able to see also and learn how you're utilizing it, right? Maybe we get ideas of like creative ways you're utilizing the platform. It just really, really does help us. And Crazy Red calling me a professional. Hey, man, you're humble, I see. So, yeah, 100%. But we got Grandma Joe keeping it real says, Anthony, it's a good time to mention how you can edit in the live right side now. We found it out when playing with the test live. Yes. So inside of the studio, when you are live, you know how you get the preview and the live window. So one of the greatest things that maybe you haven't noticed inside of the editor is the very quick edit. It's quicker than the preview edit. So the way it works is that, let's say you have a scene where you have two speakers and a share screen, okay? And here on your layers, when you're doing the preview window, you can replace speakers, you can replace the screens, you can do all these kind of things. But when you're in the live window with what everybody is seeing, you now have the ability to quickly drag someone into a different pre-laid out. So if I have a screen on the left, two cameras above, I can grab the bottom camera, bring it into the big screen. I can bring the big screen, move it down. So you're able to go ahead and move things around into different positions without having to go to layers, replacing, readjusting, and moving. It automatically snaps into place to that previous output. And I know Alad's not in a position right now to be able to do a screen share. So this is something I'll make a note of, and we can probably do a screen share. I might even just make a video on this, showcasing that experience, because I think it's also great for a quick transition, a quick edit to say, hey, they're sharing their screen is full screen now, but I want to really quick bring Alad to the main screen without having to make all these adjustments. I can just drag him to the middle and it will replace the screen and put the screen in the small box on the right.
It's kind of allowing the experience of the dynamic simple scenes that you can drag people on and things like that to the pro scenes. But in the pro scenes, you position things as you want them to
as
be,
you want, right?
So it's kind of the same idea, but for the pro scenes.
Right. 100%. So there's definitely something I would definitely love to go ahead and do. And it says, I got more views of the replay in the last 24 hours than any of my videos over months. 100%. I think that's the aha moment. Remember, the live experience is about the engagement. It's about being able to connect with the people who are there with you in that very moment. And then if you're constantly thinking about, hey, this video is going to live on YouTube, this video is going to be on Facebook, this video is going to be on this other platform. Well, let me think about how I can think about the replay viewer, because we all know we all live in a busy time, right? Not everybody can join our town hall at 1 o'clock, right? So, but they still want to see what's going on new with Evmux. What did they talk about? How can I do? What can I learn? And they can go and watch it on their own time. And that's what's going to ultimately happen. Same thing for Jim Lawyer. He said, yes, we usually get more viewers in replays as we have a global audience and we stick to a standard time for the show. 100%. You're always going to get more viewers from the replay value, because platforms like YouTube are going to continue to promote that video for you and to your audience to be able to see it. And because it's a live stream, YouTube is really trying to hone into live streams and short form content. So with YouTube, they really want to push live streams as much as possible. So you'll be able to increase watch time, increase revenue with that. And at the same time, the more people watch your live stream, where if you, I know it's kind of going a little bit deep into YouTube, but this is completely off of Evmux. But if somebody watches your YouTube videos and they normally watch for 2 minutes, but you have live streams that are hours long and they watch 11 minutes of it, you're going to increase your watch time, and then YouTube's going to promote your videos more to those people simply because of the fact of the amount of time they engaged with that content. So, but with that being said, If there aren't any other questions, I know a lot has to get back to the event and get going. So, of course, we can always continue these conversations inside of the Facebook group. If you're not a part of it yet, please join in there. I try to be in there every single day, especially right after the town hall, to be able to answer questions, help, get feedback. So become a part of that community. I know a lot of you guys that are here in the chat already are already part of that community, are helping out, dropping questions, creating posts for us to be able to create engagement. And we just truly, truly just love it. So once again, Lod, thank you so much for being able to join in,
Thank you,
knowing that you're
Anthony.
not in your regular element, but we did want to showcase that it is possible. We can't control the hotel internet, of course, but at the end of the day, you were still here, you were able to produce and do the things that were required. So, with that being said, what do we always say a lot?
Yeah, I'll see you. We'll see you all in the next
We'll see you in the
one,
next one. Have a
this
good one,
direction.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right, I'm live. That was easy.